Alright, hello guys. Welcome to my Skyrim modding video number 3. So this one is going to be kind of a quicker video than the other two. I recently lost my entire load order because I had to clean and install my PC. But I found this awesome mod list that you can install pretty much through one click. It installs and does everything for you. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So this is called the Wabbajack.exe Essentials list, and it comes with pretty much anything you'd want from SkyrimVR. Intro weapons, it comes with Dragonborn speeds actually already included. Summon healing. I added some mods on top of this, but it does like a full graphical overhaul of the entire game, so you have your body already installed for you. There's even physics, so you can go and, you know, play with physics on NPCs if you really want. It redoes all the guard outfits and everything. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You get like sights on your bows, and a whole bunch of stuff. There's, I think, like 400 mods or something included. And what I'm going to do in this video is just go over some of the things that I've added to this list, and I'll also show you how to install it, so you can start having fun in SkyrimVR, because it's awesome. So as far as the thing that's, you know, some of the things that's included, the map is redone, gives you better icons, I think electricity looks better, you just redid the fire. Oh, and there's these really cool strange rune things for last spells. I think all the animals and textures and stuff is redone with this. You can see the grass looks awesome. It gives you trees in the Whiterun plains, which look pretty cool. I'm not leaving a link for all these, but I will leave a link for the Wabbajack thing. And like I said, it takes like an hour to install all this, and you get 400 mods or something, and it looks awesome. The LEDs look better too. Alright, so the things that I have added to it. First, I added Sky Voice Reloaded, which lets you shout like a Dragonborn, so you can be like,
They
Foos.
say no one survives the arena.
Foos, row.
Fighters like me.
Okay, which I have gone over this in a different video, so I'm not gonna tell you how to install that. And that, I think, is normal. I don't know. Let me try to remember what Oh, okay, and I also added simple realistic archer, which is well known. It lets you draw an arrow. Spell Siphon is also included in this, but I don't really play with that because I'm not a fan. I added something called Immersive Winds, so if you have a smart plug, you can have fans that blow winds on you depending on where you are in the game. You can do that, and it'll make the fans go crazy, which this isn't easy to show, but the fan is going like full blast right now on me. So immersive. And yeah, so with the weapon throw, I had to change the throwing button to the B button. I have a custom binding for this. I'm on Index controllers, and the way I did that was I went to Weapon Throw VR, and then you do General, and it's this one. I usually only I play as like a spell sword, so I only use swords and stuff in my right hand. So I did this, and it was on trigger, and I changed it to Knuckles/B. And that way, I don't have a favorites menu, because usually that button would bring up the favorites menu, but I'm just summoning stuff with like anything that I favorite. Give you an example. Like favorite that, and then I can do Summon Potion of Pickpocketing. And I think it gave that to me. Summon Potion of Pickpocketing. Okay, and then it gave me the potion. And that way I can throw weapons with the B button. The reason I did that is on default, sometimes my sprinting was getting glitched. So yeah, the other thing I added was AutoSneak+Jump VR, which lets you sneak and jump, because with this mod list, you're not gonna get the playroom, so it's not gonna, you can't do physical sneaking. You need that to get that to work. And then Sprint Jump VR, which lets you sprint and jump. And then I also did Vigor, which I don't know if the NPCs are gonna turn hostile, but it lets you parry attacks by swinging your sword. And I also have an edited INI, so you can't just do that to do attacks. You actually have to do full swings for it to work. Like usually in the base game, you just do that, and that's pretty stupid. So, I'm trying to remember. Most of this video is gonna be me showing you how to install this. For some of these, after you get this installed, he has this in the README, but you want to make sure the animation is on, so you want to check that on. I added better resource warnings because I don't like playing with the HUD on my face. So this is something good to add. You can put red for health at that at 0.75 and 0.80 for the strength, stamina, 75, 35, and magic, 75 and 1. The reason is that way you don't need the HUD at all, and you can see my color is starting to go black and white as I'm losing magic, and then it'll be fully black and white until it regenerates. Stamina, I'm not really going to be able to show you that since I think unlimited sprinting is on. Yeah, unlimited sprinting is on. Oh, and some of the VRIK gestures that I'm using to make going through the menus easier. So I'll show you that real quick. Right here. Oh, and for VRIK, once you install this, you want to do start bigger. I have everything unchecked except for, you can uncheck these, but I like playing with the advanced AI, so you can keep that on if you want a harder game, but make sure block and parry is turned on. You can turn off, don't use stamina actions or full body stacker. It feels stupid in VR. Don't do injuries either. I found that was just tedious and annoying. Disable friendly fire if you want. Enemy combat and conditional. But for VRIK, first thing actually, as soon as you get in the game, you're gonna want to set it to your height. So you want to click on that, and you're gonna find a flat area in the game, and you do this, and then you want to set your audio default size. Then you do VR scale, and the last thing you want to do is the headset height, and that's gonna set your body up. Now you can also mess with this. I think on default it's on 13. I lowered it because I like my headset to be lower to the body, so I have mine at 9.5. So do this first and then do the VR scale stuff, and then you don't really have to mess with this at all. If you're using the AutoSneak+Jump, make sure that this is at I think on default it's at a -18. You want to set that to 0. Or comfort sneaking, you want to set that to 0, so that'll work. And then the gestures. So I think I was on my left. It's right thumbstick is the one I'm using. And what I did is it's emulate key press, and for down I did open the map. Up I did stats. This way is opening the magic menu, and that way is opening the inventory. And that way you can just swipe to bring up all your stuff. And that way you don't need to open this every time. You can just do that, and it makes it quicker. Not as going through as many 2D menus. Oh, and I also have for the compass, because I don't like playing with the HUD. It's controls. VRIK also has a casting spell thing. If you're on the index, you can open your hand and it'll cast the spell, but if you're using the haptic spell mod, it doesn't work with that, so I keep it off. But I have, you can turn selfie mode on if you want to see yourself, and then show the compass. I'd put it on either your left or right palm up, and that way you can some reason that's will stop working. I don't know why. Did I do something? Hello? When I might have clipped it. Okay, when left comments, that's my bad. And that way, you can show your quest marker there. If you want, I'm using something else to get rid of all the markers so it's less cluttered on the compass and it just shows like the primary objective. Yeah, let me go to a town because this mod makes the NPCs look really cool. Okay, here I am in Whiterun. You can see it like retextures everything. I really like the guard outfits. I think they're pretty cool. I added a couple of NPC mods like inconsequential NPCs and RS children to make the children look not like potatoes. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You can, well, come here. You need something. You can play with their boobs if you really want to do that. It's, I don't know. It's kind of fun. It adds haptic feedback on the hands. For that immersion, you know, I went over this in a different video, but I added missives to that list. But it makes their faces look very realistic with this mod list. I think it's something ZEBD or something. It like changes all the men to have different bodies and stuff, which is neat. But it's also pretty stable. I haven't crashed that much. The only area that is known to be unstable is with this is Bleak Falls Barrows, so just make sure you make a save before you leave. Other than that, it's like a lot of it's pretty stable, it's pretty cool. It makes everyone look different. And it was so easy to install. Like I'm telling you, if you get this, it'll maybe take like 1 to 2 hours versus installing all this manually, which it could take a whole day.
What do you need, my friend?
Trying to think what other things I added. There was something called Citizens of Tamriel, which
another pool of vomit.
It comes with interesting NPCs, but this is just a different one
traveler.
that I added. And greetings.
If you're hungry, Hulda has some stew straight from the fire and some mead to sate your thirst.
Thank you. It's been a long day on the road.
I know just what you mean. The journey here was difficult, but the Bannered Mayor is all right.
What brings you to Whiterun?
The gold, mainly. But there wasn't much of a choice before I did. It was either work on a farm and pray the bandits didn't get you.
You get the point. It adds more NPCs, which are all custom voice acted. They don't have quests, and they're not as like in-depth as interesting NPCs, but they're still pretty cool. They add some more life. Need something. RS children, they're on potato face. I don't know everything in this mod list, but I know that it's pretty good. It's awesome. It adds a whole new experience. This is distinct interiors, which I added to that too, to make the interiors less samey.
How are we doing over here?
Hold on, it already comes with B-seated too, and it has a saving thing, which for the settings you want to make sure all your autosaves are off, and you want to disable. Let me get over here. Disable physical sneaking. I left realistic swimming on because I like it. It's not. I don't think it's gonna mess up the mod list. I also took the crosshair off because I don't like playing with crosshairs. I like them immersion. Yeah, so anyways, let me go ahead and show you guys how to install this awesome list. Alright, hello guys. So here I am on my desktop. I'm going to show you how to install the Wabbajack mod list. It's super easy and it should make modding Skyrim go a lot quicker than doing everything manually. So, first thing you want to do is install SkyrimVR, obviously. You're going to want to run that at least once. Just to have everything, like all the folders set up. You want to get the installation folder, which I would also recommend you make a shortcut to it. So here's your main SkyrimVR installation thing. Just do create shortcut. You drag that wherever you want. You drag it on your desktop. This is on another hard drive, so that's why I didn't delete it. But Now you have a shortcut directly to this. This is going to be important if you ever need to change anything with your actual installation. Alright, so that's all set up. Oh, and if you've previously modded Skyrim at all, I would make a backup of this if you ever plan on going back to it. But after you do that, you're just going to want to first uninstall SkyrimVR and then just delete everything in here. Just drag it to your recycling bin. And then you can reinstall Skyrim just to make sure it's like completely clean and there's nothing else in it, because that's going to screw everything up. Alright, we'll keep that right there because we're going to want to come back to that. So, let's go to the Wabbajack thing. It's Wabbajack.org. Then you click on these little buttons here, go to the gallery. And then you're going to want to find Ultimate VR Essentials. There's a lot here, so if you ever want to play like flat Skyrim or Fallout, you can do that. Hopefully one day someone will make like a Fallout VR thing for this, but I don't think that's a thing yet. Alright, so you click on View, and you want to go to the README, and this really has, follow this to the T. It's got a lot of important information for you. But anyways, we're going to want to get the Wabbajack thing, so you go over to the GitHub, you click on this, and that will download. Mine is already downloaded, so I'm not going to care about that. Now, depending on how you want to set this up, if you want it all on one hard drive, you are going to need at least 130 gigabytes of space. You can split it up, so you can have the downloads. I have my download folder in my non-SSD, which takes up like 80 gigs or 50 gigs of space, and then the installation takes at least 80, I think, so I have the installation on an SSD. But ignore this. You're going to want to make a new folder and just call it like Wabbajack, and that is where you're going to put the SSD. And you're not going to worry about these. You just need that, and it's going to download everything. So you're going to open that up. That's going to start downloading whatever you need. Then you're going to hit Browse Mod Lists, which is the same thing as the website, but this is just the actual program. So come over to this, and you're going to see a little download button like this. Mine's already downloaded, so that's why it doesn't look like that. You'll click on Install. That'll automatically open a README for you in case you don't already have it open, just to make sure you have that information. Alright, so the manifest. This is where you're going to see all the mods, which if you're curious about what's in it, you can always come over here. It's going to have all the links for you if you want to do this manually, which don't do that. It's going to suck. And I think the first time you run it, it might ask you to log in. Which comes me to my next point. So, you're going to want to make a Nexus account. So, we're going to Skyrim Nexus. Or Skyrim SSE Nexus. And you will make an account by clicking on this button right here. And we'll go to account settings. Whatever. So, register. Need an account, register. So, you're going to put in your email, address, whatever. The next thing, after you make an account, I would absolutely recommend you do Nexus Premium. I think I spelled that wrong. Premium membership. It'll ask if you want to do this. You don't need lifetime. You can if you want. I don't even think do they have... Whatever. Maybe they got rid of that. Oh, no, they do. I mean, if you really care about modding, maybe you can do that. Just get 1 month. That's fine. The reason you want this is it's like $3-4. If you don't have that, you can still use this, but you're going to have to download every single mod individually. So you're going to have to click on every single link, wait for it to download. You can only do like, I think 6 at a time, and you have to wait for it to completely download, and you have to keep doing it. I've heard of this taking like 12 to 16 hours without premium. If you do have premium, it'll download the entire thing and install it within like 1 hour or 2 hours, depending on your internet speed. So just get Nexus Premium. You can cancel it. I think I bought it for 1 month and then I canceled it, so mine's gonna go away soon. Just do that. It's worth the 16 hours of your time, I think, unless you don't have $3 or $4 to spend. Just trust me, it's plus I don't know what else it comes with, but I think it's worth it. All right, so after you do that, you don't need to touch this. That's going to be there automatically. Installation location. You're going to want to make a new folder. This is where your install location is going to be. You can call it whatever you want. I think in the README, this is what he says to call it. You can do like my Skyrim shit. Or, whatever. So you click on that, select, mine's already selected, and download. You can either have this on the same hard drive or you can make it on a different hard drive. I put mine on a separate one so it's not clogging up my SSD, and you're just going to want to call that like MO2VR downloads or downloads folder or whatever. Then you click on play and it's going to start downloading and installing. Now, I think I actually missed a step. So before you do that, you're going to want to go back. You can just have that all ready to go, but don't click play yet. So you're going to want to go back to this, and you want to put a dash through this. So I think at first it's not going to have that. It's just going to have blink64.dl. You want to do blink64 _.dl, and it's also not going to have these hash things in there. That'll be created for you. And I don't think you really have to mess with anything else, but just make sure you have that there after you've run Skyrim at least once, and then you can hit play, and it's going to start downloading and installing everything automatically for you. Alright, so after that's done, go back to the README. Like, this is a quick video. The README is really going to have everything in depth for you, so just read this if you can. Yeah, it says renaming that. Yep. And okay, so after that's done, then you're gonna have mod organizer automatically in there. So let me go back to where that is. It's right here. You can, I would recommend you make a shortcut to this and put it on your desktop, which is what I did. And actually, you're also, I would run it as administrator. That's going to make the game more stable. There's some things you can do to make Skyrim not crash as much, so run that as administrator if you can. Alright, and then he has some instructions on how to configure this, but after you open this, you can go here and then you can connect your Nexus account so you can download mods and it'll automatically show up in here. Okay, so the initial profile is going to look like this, but there are some things that I have done to make the game more VR gameplay friendly. So let me show you some stuff that I've done. So first here is, if you've never used Mod Organizer, this is all your plugins. Here's your downloads. To install a mod, you double click on this. It's going to show up in here. And then you, scroll on, and then you just, you click on this to install it. And then it's installed. It's going to show up in here. Now, if actually, before you start messing with this, you're gonna have this. So this is the profile that it came with. What you can do is you can do manage, and you can highlight this and do copy, and you can do my custom Skyrim install, or whatever you want to call it. You can just click on that, and then you can do close, and it's gonna make a new profile. That way, if you ever screw anything up, you can always go back to that, and you'll know that this one runs good. So you can, if you want to just start off with this and like check out his install, it's got a really good graphical overlay. It comes with some gameplay stuff too, so you can just start playing with this. But I would make a backup before you start playing with it anyway. That way you always have like a very, like a clean blank thing that you can copy over. Let me delete that because just remove this. That's the active one. You can't remove active profiles, so you have to go to a different one, and then you can delete it. Okay. Some of the things that I've added, I think, let me go back up here. So the first thing I did, he has Way of the Voice installed automatically. If you like Way of the Voice, you can keep it. I ended up removing it. Before I start doing this, let me make a backup so I don't screw up my own game. Okay. We have a backup, so I can just go here. That way I can show you what to do. So, oh my god. I'm gonna leave a link for everything that I added here too. So, I took out Way of the Voice. And then I added a simple realistic archery. So, we'll go to the Nexus for that. You go to Files, Pod Manager download, and then you should already have that set up after you connect your Nexus profile, so you can do open whatever Nexus link, and mine's already downloaded and installed, so I'm going to select no, but it shouldn't say that. And then it's going to show up in here. Now if you don't see it, I am still kind of learning Mod Organizer, but you can just do like simply realistic archery, and then you can double click on that to install it, and you click on here. And that way, you're also going to want the fix, or else it's not going to work properly. And this allows you to draw arrows and stuff realistically. I also added immersive patrols because I think you took that out, but I liked it. So get the light version. I'll leave a link for that. AutoSneak+Jump. It's going to let you jump and sneak because there's no playroom in this. And then if you're using index controllers, you're going to want to grab this, and then he's got instructions, but you want to go into SteamVR settings, devices, controller, and then choose the VRIK bindings. And I'm going to also leave a custom binding that I have. So there's an issue with Weapon Throw VR where it gets bugged unless you use the B button, or you can use a custom one, but I like using the B button. So to change that, you can do Open and Explorer, Interface, Controls, PC, and then you can copy it over with the one that I have, which is right here, and then you do replace. And I'll show you to change the weapon through VR in the game in the MCM menu, so that'll work better, and you won't have an issue with sprinting. Loading screen smoke removed is good. Telekinesis, I can move stuff. I added hidden locations and more to get rid of the HUD. Better resource warnings, so you don't need to have a HUD, missives. So anyways, I'm going to leave a link for all of these. It's optional. You don't have to do this, but I've just added some stuff just to make it better. Now this one requires a little bit more setup, but if you have a smart plug, it's pretty cool. It'll blow wind on you depending on where you are in the game. So for more immersion, you know. And it's pretty easy to set up. If you do set this up, make sure that you don't have a firewall blocking Skyrim, because I had a problem with that where it wasn't working. You need Skyrim to be able to go through a firewall so it can connect to your smart plug. I know there's some people that say you should block it to help with crashing, but if you want to use this, then don't do that. Inconsequential NPCs is not in the Nexus, but I'll leave a download link for that. Hopefully it's not going to be taken down because the guy doesn't want people to port it for some reason. Alright, so after you add your mods, it's going to show up in the plugins here. So the first thing you want to do, actually, before you start messing with any of this, you're not going to want to recreate that, so leave that alone. That's going to screw everything up for you. But you do want to do Open, Origin, and Explorer. Make a backup of this, so do like folder, backup, ESPs. Actually, excuse me. you know, I'm right. Alright, so, yeah, before you start messing with anything, go here. Do copy, paste, so you want to back up Zpatch, speed and reach fixes, and then this one, the bash patch that he made. Paste that there. And the smash patch. The reason you want to do this is just in case your load order or anything gets screwed up, you'll have a backup, because this is really the only things you're going to change with the actual ESPs. That way you can just, you know, go back here and replace it, and you're not going to have to re-download the entire Wabbajack thing and install it again. Alright, so you've added the mods that I recommended adding. You're going to want to run loot. So just come down to the drop-in menu, run loot, click on run. And you click on this. Wait for that. That's gonna, you want to apply that. There's some wonky things with the load order, I think. It's with RS children, so for some reason I'll have RS children, but you need the RS children ESP. This has to be under the Zpatch, or some of the kids get black faces. I've tried adding it to the Zpatch, but it doesn't work, so, and it doesn't seem to mess anything up, so I have that under there. I think there's a way to make a rule with loot, but I haven't bothered since it's only one thing that I'm changing. Alright, so cool. That's good. Now you're going to want to do this and open profile holder. Come down here. Copy that. And that, you're going to want to paste that under your PC, local users, user, app data, local, Skyrim Special Edition, and just paste that in there. Alright. After you do that, you can then run main or smash to recreate the smash patch. I'm sorry. You don't want to do that first. I'm really tired. So you're going to want to actually enable everything here. And then you're going to want to uncheck all of these. You can leave RS children checked. Alright. So you've sorted everything. You can leave that checked. You're going to want to go to this one. Wire bash and click on run. Wait for that. Here it is. You can just click OK. And then you're going to want to do rebuild patch. And you can click OK. Now I'm not actually going to rebuild it, but that's going to uncheck everything that you don't need checked, and you click on build patch. And then it'll build it automatically. And you click yes when it asks you if you want to turn on the ESP. So, alright. So that'll be checked on. You don't want to check that. So you do want this checked. So you do want the bash patch checked. And then we're going to build the smash patch. Smashed patch. Click on meter smash. Click run. And sorry, after you do that, that's when you want to put the plugins folder into your Skyrim Special Edition thing. Now, to get Mater Smash to run, you have to go back to your Skyrim installation, make a duplicate of your SkyrimVR thing, and call it Skyrim SE. That way you can get Mater Smash to run. So you click on that, you click OK, you point it towards your SkyrimVR folder, click OK. And then you can come over here and uncheck things that either he didn't have turned on. So just make sure You want the mods that you've added to be added to it, but anything that he didn't have in the Smash Patch, make sure it's turned off. So, or things that you don't think are needed in it. So like I don't have simple realistic archer because that it's pointless to have that in there. It's not gonna do anything for it. Immersive winds, you don't need that in the Smash Patch. It's just a smart plug hook thing, so that's not gonna do anything, and it might cause conflict. So immersive wood chopping, you don't need that. No combat sounds like small things. That's probably pointless to have in there. Sky voice, you also don't need that. But you do want to add things like RS Children, and you want to make sure everything that's already part of it is. So. Alright, you click on that. Now, if for some reason I think that's grayed out, so this is how you rebuild it. But after you've built your bash patch, it's not going to look like this. It's going to have skips, so you want to do this, smash settings, smash, force all, and you want to make sure that that is added to the smash patch. Now, for some reason, it's not letting you build a patch. You can come over here and you can do, or like, it's going to look like this. You can do, trying to remember how to do it. It'll say, like, unmatch unloaded plugins, or, yeah, remove unloaded plugins for this. Remove unloaded plugins, and then you can, use that to rebuild the patch, so. Also, make sure SkyrimVR is not in this. You don't need dynamic deload in it either. That can be skipped. So, alright, after you have everything, you just click this, and it's going to say, like, smashing records, and it's going to start going through. And then you click exit, and you'll have your smash patch built. So, yeah, it's going to look like that. And then it should turn this on automatically. You can also check that on at this point. And now we're going to rebuild the Zpatch. So you're going to Z-edit. Wait for that to load. This is the same thing. You need to just, it might look blank, I think. Mine was blank, so you can click on this and you can make a new profile. Just point it towards your SkyrimVR thing and then do start session. And you can come over here. You can add the smash patch, post smash patch. You want to leave all of these unchecked. And also, it's going to ask you with all of these if you want to make a backup. If you've already manually made a backup, you can uncheck it and just have it overwrite. Or you can have it make a backup if you want to be like extra safe. So to remake the smash patch, you do right click and manage patchers. And you want to do each of these individually. So you want to start with the Z patch. So you just check in all of these. You're going to build that. And then you're going to check on the Z patch. And you're going to then uncheck all of these. So you do this individually. So you run the Z patch. You close this out. Reopen Cedit. And then you check this on. And you do builds. And then if you need to, you can run this, but I really would not. I would just leave that alone because I ran it once and it screwed everything up. So make a backup of this. You know, make a backup with this with the other ones. It's gonna like purple face your NPCs. Just don't mess with this. It's already like set up. I think it's like a new thing. It makes NPCs look better. You leave that on. All right. After you do that, you should be all good, and you can start playing your game with the added mods. Yeah, and then if it's unchecked, don't worry about it. That means it's merged into the bash patch, so it'll still be loaded in the game. And then to start the game, you need mod organizer running, and then you do SKSE and do run. And then you'll be all set. You're going to wait. It might take a few minutes for it to load up because it's loading like 800 mods. I'll go back to my main one, which is the one I play with. So it's going to be around 180 plugins. I've added 60, like 20 plugins, I guess. I'm including some like texture stuff that I wanted. Which I'm gonna add all of these. Add some like new NPCs like Citizens of Tamriel, which is cool. Distinct interiors, stuff like that. Anything that you need like land mods, you're gonna have to redo dynamic doodlads and the textures and stuff, which you can totally do if you want. But I hate doing that. I think dynamic doodlads is annoying to run every time. So I have not added any kind of land mods or anything. Okay, so there you go. You're all set. Now you can make Skyrim run slightly better. First, you can use Task Manager and you can put it on high priority, which I would recommend doing. The other thing is this is a super useful program and I use it all the time. It's called ProcessLasso. It's free, or you can get the pro version. I use it every day, so I get the pro version. But what's cool about this is it's basically like Task Manager, but it's more advanced. So if there's like a program on your computer that is continually popping up, let's say OBS is like bothering you, you can terminate, or you can also just disallow, which is going to just continually block it up every single time. You can also run stuff on performance mode, which is going to make it run better. And you can also put on high priority directly from this. So I'd recommend ProcessLasso if you want like the most performance out of your Skyrim, just to make sure it doesn't crash as much as possible. That's useful. Yeah, make sure that you don't have a lot of stuff running. I usually run OBS because I stream Skyrim a lot, and that has caused me problems. But I've closed everything else, and it seems to run okay. So if you can, just close everything before you're in the game, and that should help with the crashing. Cool. So I just realized I didn't show you guys how to edit your INIs. So under your mod organizer profile, you can click on this little folder and then do open profile folder. Always make a backup, so just have a backup folder. You put in the same one here if you want. That way, if you ever screw anything up, you'll always have something to go back to. So I've only made a couple of edits, so you can do this manually if you want. So the one that I've made is under VRIK UI. I added this, which is going to get rid of the enemy HUD, because I don't like playing with any HUD at all. So this will get rid of their like the health bars above their heads. The other one I made is under VR info, which I don't think was there first. Added these two lines, and this will make it so you actually have to make full swings for melee attacks, and it's not like wiggling your finger around to do melee attacks, which makes it feel better. So that's the only two things that I added. So you can just add that manually if you want under your SkyrimVR.ini. Or if you want to change a lot of stuff with your game, you can come over here to SkyrimVR configuration tool. You download it manually. Don't download it with the manager. And after that's downloaded, excuse me, you can double click on it, and then I haven't actually messed with it on this one, but I think you can point it towards your profile, which this one is towards my actual SkyrimVR, and so that's unhelpful, but you can come over here if you point it towards your actual profile, which is profile. It's going to be wherever you installed it. And this way you can just edit stuff, and it'll have the default value, so you can start changing whatever you want with your INIs. So cool. But really, that's the only two things that you need to change to get a better experience, is just get rid of the stupid enemy health bars and make the melee better. Because some of the mods that I've added, like Vigor, that'll add parrying. You can also add like combat mods and stuff to make melee damage more fun. Okay, so Dragonborn speaks naturally. if you want to change some of the things with that. This will already be installed for you, so you do open and explore plugins. This is gonna say Dragonborn speaks naturally sample.ini or something like that. Just take that out completely. You don't need to put .ini, just leave it blank. Then you can double click on this and start editing it to your heart's content. So this will have equipped. I changed that to summon because I think that's much more fun to say while you're in the game. And then I also changed it depending on like what hand you want it to come. I usually like playing as a spell sword, so I have like my sword with VRIK, and I can draw that with my right hand, and then I have left because that way I can do like summon flames or summon healing, and it's gonna go to my left hand. You can change that to whatever you want. You can use this for shouts, but I went over this in a different video. You're better off using something like Sky Voice, which is this one. Better off using this, or I think there's a couple others, but I think this one is the best one to use. And that way, you are going to need voice macro for this, so you just download the news version, and you do edit and you add new. You're going to add the voice macro version. And the reason I think this is better is you can edit the shout directory to pick up on your own accent, and it's really accurate that way. So I think that's the best thing to use. And also after you get Sky Voice, this is just for shouting. You can do unshouts. Try unspoken shouts. This is for old Skyrim, but they're just voice files, so it doesn't matter. If you can't download it with the manager, you can do manual download, and then to add it after you download it, you can click on this, and you can just click on the file you download, and it'll install automatically. Or it might work in Mod Organizer, but you just want to grab all of these, and this will make it so there's no voice after you shout. If you like it, keep it, but I think it's more immersive to not have like a voice after you shout, and you'll just hear the effect of it. Yeah, so I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I added. Oh yeah, sprint jump. So I added that too. Sprint jump VR. Jump. Sprint jump VR. And AutoSneak+Jump. This one, you can also edit that. You're going to have to do that anyway, so you're going to, for all of these, you do open and explore SkyrimVR plugins, and then this is how you edit it. You're going to want to make it higher than your headset height, so I'm 5'11", which is why I put 181 meters. That way I don't need to jump super high. This I didn't really change. That seemed fine for how tall I am, but you can change that depending on how low you want to crouch for physical sneaking. And then I also, jump alternate I think is on by default. I took that off because I found that really awkward to use. So you can put that to 0. And just leave auto jump on so you can physically jump. Sprint jump VR. Let me see what I did here. The default one I found really silly. It's at like 2, so whenever you sprint and jump, you'll like jump super high, which I thought that was kind of weird. So I just put it on 0.5, and that seems it feels better to me in the game. So that way you'll get like a little bit of height when you jump, but it's not like a crazy amount. So yeah, I don't think I added anything else. That was it. Let me see. Yep. Animated clutters. Cool. Oh, for RS children, make sure you grab all the patches. So, open and explore. Nope, that's not what I want. Sorry. Isn't enough. Yes. Okay, so you want to download this, and then you're also going to want RS. Just Google that. that. I'll leave a link for this too. You're gonna want to grab the patch for. I don't know if I added that one. No, that one comes on there already. So the only ones you need is. I don't think I added the one for cutting room floor. I haven't had an issue with that yet. Maybe I need that. I don't know. I think I only. Oh yeah, excuse me. I only added the one for inconsequential NPCs and interesting NPCs. I think. No, I did add cutting room floor. Yeah, I did. Okay, so you need cutting room floor, interesting NPCs, and inconsequential because that's the only mods that I've added. I haven't done anything else, but if you add anything else, you are gonna need the patches for that to make the children not look like potatoes. Yeah. All right. Anyways, have a good day.